1.
Prisons of war. The Confederate Army had lots of prison camps. A camp named Andersonville was the largest POW camp in the Civil War. It only lasted 14 months. More than 45,000 Union soldiers were confined there. Out of those, 13,000 died. It was built in 18 months before the end of the Civil War. It was located deep behind the Confederate lines and is 26.5 acres. Cahaba Camp was located near Cahaba, Alabama. It held over 5,000 Union soldiers between 1863 and 1865. Cahaba is a ghost town. Archaeologists are working to uncover Cahaba prison's past. The commanding officer was H.A.M. Henderson. Henderson was a minister, so the prisoners were all treated good and the amount of deaths were low compared to other prison camps during the Civil War. Cahaba Prison Camp was a 16,000-foot-tall building completely surrounded by a brick wall. Cahaba prisons did not provide a very good sleeping area. The prisoners had to sleep on floors and had no type of bedding provided for them. The only thing prisoners had to keep warm was one fireplace in the whole entire building. Salisbury Prison Camp was the only one stationed in North Carolina. The first POW was held in Salisbury. The Union prisoners had a large yard to roam around in. Before it got overcrowded, a favorite game among the prisoners was baseball. There were lots of strict rules for the Confederate camps. However, there weren't any strict rules for the Union prison camps. The Confederates didn't take care of the Union prisoners, so most of them were legitly walking skeletons. A Union POW camp, Alton Prison, was established on February 9, 1862. It was built in the model of a fortress. It was used for 3 years during the Civil War and was used to hold almost 12,000 Confederate soldiers. Here's a letter a soldier wrote to his mother. It says, Mill Prison, Alton 3, December 10th, 1864.
Dear Mother, with much pleasure I embrace the opportunity of writing you these lines to inform you that I am in prison at Alton 3. This leaves me well. I have had good health ever since I left home. Ma, I met with some friends from Callaway. I want you to come down and see me as soon as you get this. Ma, get a recommendation for my release from some of the loyal men of that neighborhood and bring with you for me some clothing and money. Also, Ma, if you can't possibly come, send me some clothing and money. Anyhow, if you don't come, try to get some man to come in your place. Ask him to bring the clothing and money. I have been in prison for about 2 months. I have not heard from home since I have been in prison. I would like to get home by Christmas if you can possibly get me out. Send some rebels with the clothes. John Bell and Will Kepper are here with me. Give my regards to all relation and inquiring friends. Tell Henry Oliver to go to Old Henry's and kiss that girl for me. Well, I will conclude from your dutiful son, William Scott.
Camp Douglas was the North's Andersonville. It was located in Chicago near the shores of Lake Michigan. Prisoners of war were deprived of clothing and to discourage escapes. Elmira Prison of War Camp death toll was 25%, and it was only in use for 1 year. Fort Jefferson was the largest missionary fort in the United States. Old Capitol Prison was located in Washington, D.C. Rock Island was built in the mid-1836.